Hi guys, today we'll be looking at bioavailability and first pass effects. When you take a drug and it enters into your body, not all the drug eventually reaches the bloodstream. The fraction or the proportion of the drug that eventually reaches the systemic circulation or the bloodstream to cause a pharmacological effect is what we refer to as bioavailability. How available is the drug in the bloodstream? Now, you can take a drug or you can administer a drug to the body orally by mouth or intravenously by injecting the drug substance directly into the bloodstream. Looking at the bioavailability graph, you can see that in the vertical axis, we have plasma concentration of a drug. That is the amount of the drug in the plasma, in the blood plasma. Then we have the horizontal axis, which is the time. Looking at the area under curve, which is the AUC, whether it is given intravenously or given orally. You can see that drugs that are given intravenously have a higher plasma concentration of the drug compared to drugs that are administered or given orally. We have two types of bioavailability. We have the absolute bioavailability and relative bioavailability. Now, the general bioavailability formula is equal to AUC oral over AUC intravenous times 100. We are comparing the bioavailability of drug administered orally to drug administered intravenously. The absolute bioavailability is actually the same thing with the bioavailability formula, general bioavailability formula. In absolute bioavailability, we are comparing the AUC of oral to the AUC of intravenous, multiplying it by the dose of intravenous to the dose of oral, or you can just multiply it by 100. It's very similar to the general bioavailability formula. While for relative bioavailability, we are comparing the AUC of a tested formulation to the AUC of a reference or a standard. For relative bioavailability, we are comparing different oral formulations. So we are not really comparing two different ways of administration. We are comparing the same way of administration but different formulations. These formulas calculate the proportion of a drug that reaches systemic circulation, helping us to determine the efficacy of the drug and also the dosing of the drug. Bioavailability is the fraction of a drug reaching the bloodstream. That is why it is denoted by the capital letter F. Here we are going to be focusing on the general bioavailability formula. Let's take an example. A man took 100 mg of paracetamol orally to relieve the pain he felt. After some time, 8 mg per liter of paracetamol was found to be in his bloodstream. He took the same drug intravenously later in the day, determine the absolute bioavailability of the drug. Now, of course, the oral administration, the dose is 10 mg. The plasma or blood concentration of the drug is 8 mg per liter. For the IV administration, the dose is 10 mg. Plasma concentration is 10 mg, which is 100% bioavailable. Since the administration of drug is directly to the bloodstream, you write out your bioavailability formula: oral dose over intravenous dose times 100, and F is equals to 8 mg over 100 mg times 100%, which is 80%. This tells us that comparing the bioavailability of the man taking paracetamol orally to intravenously is 80%. Have it in mind that the bioavailability of IV administration, intravenous administration of drug, is always 100% because the drug is administered directly to the bloodstream. Let's look at first pass effects or first pass metabolism. First pass effect, otherwise known as first pass metabolism, is the breakdown of metabolism of drug before reaching systemic circulation. It is sometimes called pre-systemic circulation, which is a more general term. First pass effect typically occurs in the liver. Administer a drug to the body, it goes through the liver, and the liver is a major metabolizing organ which breaks down the drug into its active metabolites. Pre-systemic circulation is a more general term that involves the breakdown of drug either by the stomach acid or by the small intestine, but first pass effect is a type of pre-systemic circulation that occurs in the liver. That is why we refer to it as the hepatic first pass effect, because it occurs in the liver. The liver contains enzymes that breaks down drug into its active form, its active metabolites. Take note that all IV drug will bypass the first pass effect since it is directly into the bloodstream, unlike drugs that are administered orally. Summary of what we have done so far. Bioavailability is the fraction of a drug administered that reaches the bloodstream. Absolute bioavailability compares oral administration to intravenous administration. Relative bioavailability is used to compare different forms of oral administration regarding how well the drug is bioavailable. First pass effect of hepatic first pass effect is the breakdown of drug by the liver before entering systemic circulation.